Can you guys see me? Something just happened, so I'm wondering if it caught up. Hey, Brenda. Oh, you can see me now. I'm here. Happy Monday. It's just been a case of the Mondays. My Monday was a Monday. My live started off as a Monday, but we made it. We're here. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Dawn. How's everybody doing? I had an eventful Monday. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but I got to go into the office the next couple days. So I don't even know if you guys heard me say hi to everybody, but I said hi to Joyce and Arlie and Twyla and Zaza and yeah, Lisa and Dawn. Tasha. Hello, Tasha. Hey, Jess. And Brenda. I think I caught up with everybody with my Monday difficulties. So yeah, trimming. I'm getting pretty close on these half square triangles for this quilt, this never-ending quilt. So I figured I'll trim and chat with you. Ooh, it's good morning for Susan. Does that mean it's a happy Tuesday to you, Susan? Hey, Joyce. Joyce squared. Oh, did I miss Chloe? Hi, Chloe. Yeah, so I'm in a very busy season at work right now, and I have to go into the office the next few days, which on top of it being a 45-minute commute, which is a little bit of a bummer, I lose so much work time when I'm in the office because there's people there, right? When I'm here, I just go into like a little hole and crunch numbers all day. So I'm kind of dreading having to go into the office tomorrow and then having to catch up on all the work time I don't get for chatting. Honestly, Dawn, I could make this a series, trim and chat, because this is like the 4th live in a row I've been trimming and chatting. Hopefully there's an end in sight. Susan says it is happy Tuesday to her. It's 10 a.m. and she's still in bed. That sounds like a lovely way to start your Tuesday. I have my alarm set for 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm not thrilled about that. Hi, Katie. It is a constant interruption working in the office. And it's nice to see people, but it's crazy. Jess says, I'm lurking and relaxing. Long day. Sorry for not saying hi to everyone personally. Jess says, hello, all. I feel like that's a blanket. When I come into lives, I go, hello, whoever's live, and chat, and that's all I can do. It's hard for me to keep up. I think Chain, Peace, and Chat is going to be the next series. Maybe next week. Hopefully. I spent the last couple of days squaring 176 blocks, and it looks like you have more. I do think I have more. I think I have 2 something. Here's what I've done. And I have this left, and of course I have to cut all these into 2. I don't know how many I have because this is like that quilt that I was winging all like 5 years ago. So I'm just like figuring that out as I go. I could do the quilt math, but where's the fun in that? I will, after I get these all trimmed, I have to make some decisions about like color placement, and I'll probably be soliciting your all opinion on that because it's hard for me to make a decision. Yeah, I really don't get much done either in office days. And I know everybody's like, oh, we miss, it's not everybody, but some people are like, oh, we miss it so much with people in the office. And I'm like, I mean, I like seeing people, but I get through so much more work at home. I get through so much more. Twyla says I've been trimming endless amounts of flying geese. Ugh. Hi, Krista. I did change my day. I don't know if it's going to be a permanent change yet, but Thursdays at 9. Oh my gosh. by the time I could fall asleep after the live on Friday, it's tough. Like my Friday, I drag through Friday. So I was thinking like maybe, Mondays at 8, there didn't seem to be much activity on YouTube. I try to be conscientious about other people going live. And it might be something for me to look forward to on Mondays. And as of right now, I don't really have any kid conflicts. Like once their soccer practice starts, it might be a little tougher, but I think 8 will still be fine. And I like that I could still be in bed by 9:30. So we'll see. I might still go live this Thursday. I haven't totally made up my mind yet. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me as I try to figure out what the heck works for me. I had to be up super early Friday to take my daughter to the eye doctor, and I was like, I have to cancel this live again because if I have to be up at 5:30, I don't know. I just can't stay up late anymore. I don't know what's happened to me. I like to be in bed. I am no Jess. I am no So Blessed by Jess, who is a powerhouse. Dawn says, I prefer to work at home. A friend and I would work at her house sometimes. She has a yard with a fence. Our 4 dogs love it. I just finished that cat quilt. That cat quilt came out quite nice. I really like the green sashing you chose. I think it did a nice job of breaking it up so it wasn't too crazy for me. Of course, it's obviously personal taste, but I feel like you made the right choice. Krista says, it's good for me and just glad to see you again. Aw. I don't like to stay up too late yeah, me too. It's just, for a while it was fun. And I was like, oh, I can just power through the Friday. But I have not been able to power through the Friday. Man, I'm like missing a string here. Lisa says she's going to twerk, but I think she meant lurk. But I like the idea of Lisa twerking instead of lurking. So I'm going to believe that Lisa's twerking while she's lurking. That's what I like to think. So for the mystery quilt, I have completed 2 of the clues. I do have the 3rd one that I need to complete. I think it came out like late last week and I haven't gotten to it yet. I never even stepped foot in my sewing room this weekend. We had a good weekend though, but it's just been tough. So it's coming. I've done the first 2 clues, which means I've done 4 different blocks or sections, I guess you could say 4 sections. I'm still pretty about it. So I'm not going to give up on it, but it's not been my favorite. Oops, and now I'm screwing up my piles. I should take this pile and move it. So I'm trimming all of these, and then I'm going to sew them into these, and then 4 of these go into each block. 2020 Tasha, she's in trouble. Quarantined thinking this was a good idea. Lisa says, pardon my snoring. That may or may not happen. Well, after a good twerk and lurk, you probably will tucker yourself out. Yeah, Dawn has inherited a bunch of quilt blocks that she's making into quilts. I don't know, like inherit. I don't remember where you got them from. So no, I have not done clue 3 yet, and I haven't seen where you get the answers to those to the mysteries. I am gonna actually go back through the first 2 clues and try to give it a guess now that I know they're different each month. I wasn't sure if like the first quilt, the clue murder mystery, like built onto the second one. But yeah, and then I have not heard a peep about like the answers. Does anyone use Dollar Tree trays to keep parts separate? So I use paper plates generally. I think my paper plate made it over there somehow. Probably I was trying to hide it from a kid. But generally I like pop everything onto paper plates. But I do like the idea of a Dollar Tree tray too. Yep, Brenda uses paper plates too. That's so funny. They were donated. We do a bunch of charity quilts made with love, working on the skills. That's so funny. I did an Adopt-A-Top program through my quilt guild last year. And basically they had a bunch of orphan quilt tops and people took them home to finish them. And it was nice because you can see like the person who, oh, now my phone decided to, okay. All right. No more technical difficulties today. And some of it was a bit wonky. And I'm always like, was this like somebody's first quilt? Was this like somebody's last quilt? You just never know. So yeah. Okay, Zaza, 100%. That Tula, they just are so similar. I don't even know. I don't have them handy. But yeah, those two florals. And I'm hoping that somehow when they're placed differently, but like Donnell from Donnell Stitchery is doing a version called like Dusty Rose or something. And her colors, like there's some serious contrast in those same blocks. And I do know there's been a couple people have commented on my videos where I've done like talked about cotton cuts and they're like, I think there's contrast. So there are people out there who think there's contrast. But hi, Jean. Sorry I missed you when you came in. Hi, Sherry. So, but to me, I really wonder, like, I would love to know if they have somebody put together all the colorways before they sell them. But I'll reserve my judgment until it's done, because if it comes out and it's done and there's contrast, I'll retract it. But if it doesn't, I'm going to be like, you guys need to be putting these together. Exactly. And so at first I'd only seen mine. So I was like, okay, maybe this, maybe all the colorways are similar or whatever. But yeah, there is significant contrast. I mean, her colors look really nice when I saw her putting one together. And when I saw Donnell's, but mine do not have that same level of contrast. Krista, what colorway are you doing again? Are you feeling like you're getting contrast in your blocks? I know you're not doing the same one I'm doing. I don't think. How did you like the first two clues? I know, right, Zaza? Like I literally was like, yours is clue one? My clue one doesn't look like your clue one. So Rose Finch. Yes, I think is that the one that Donnell's doing? I'm wondering. That might be it because I had the word rose in my head. That might be it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say like from the blocks I've seen of Donnell's, like I would probably be feeling the same way. Like this is okay. I don't know if I love it yet or not. But at least there's contrast in the ones I've seen. So, oh yeah, Krista says she's getting some. So we'll see. And it's so hard too because there's so many people on YouTube who absolutely love cotton cuts, but then like I know a lot of them are like partnered with cotton cuts. And so I'm like, how much is this their honest opinion? And I mean, I'm not accusing anybody of like lying, but they could be influenced subconsciously. Or they could just really, really love it too. But we'll see. Yeah, Susan, I have a stack. I got a fat quarter bundle of Tula solids, so they definitely could have easily picked. Or even if they had just swapped. Well, I don't know because I haven't seen the whole quilt yet, so I don't know if swapping would be the answer, but yeah, I scrolled through. Krista says she's seen the Raven colorway and it's better than mine. I have scrolled through the Facebook group, which I mean, if you're avoiding spoilers, I wouldn't do it, but I'm not really avoiding spoilers. And there's definitely some colorways that I like a lot better. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think most of them would either. So I'm assuming, I mean, there are some people out there that have done like 12 of these things. So they must love them because I don't know how anyone could sew 12 of them if they don't love them. Yeah, I think that's, with a mystery quilt, I think we could be skeptical even if we picked our own fabrics. So we gotta be along for the ride. Yeah, I don't do anything that I don't enjoy. If I don't like it, I'm not doing it. I can't. I try to remain positive, but I also can't stand, just as a personal note, I guess, like what I call like toxic positivity. Like I think it's fine. Ooh, that quarter inch is she's a little light. Um like I feel like there's a lot of people who just like, oh, let's just hang in there, let's just see. And I just don't live my life like that. Like if I don't like something, I'm telling you about it. I'm not going to bash anybody, right? Like I'm not going to make a video on the subject that says this sucks. But Katie, that is true. It is easier to love something when it's free. Yeah, and like I have affiliate links for like EQ8, but I love that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I love it. So I don't feel bad about if you decide to buy something or click on the link. I don't feel bad about that because even without that affiliate link, I would tell you about it because I'm obsessed with EQ8. So yeah, it just really depends on the person. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I think we still have time. I hope. Sean, you're almost done with are you done with the Wild West one? Your mystery quilt yet? I think Sean is one of these, like he loves these mystery quilts. Um and I think one of them he's working on is almost done. I don't know if they've seen the final layout yet. I guess there's two that overlap. But there's definitely quite a few people out there who are doing two at the same time. Mystery quilt lovers. I'm behind on just one, so props to them. I did a block of the month with Libs Elliott. I'm behind on that. No way I could handle two mystery quilts. It is nice that the stuff's pre-cut, but it still does take like a chunk of time, which is good, right? Like you want it to take time. Like that's the fun. Oh, so Sean has seen it. Are you allowed to say if you're happy with it? Or maybe we'll just leave us in suspense for his final reveal. So he'll be able to talk about the final mystery of that quilt after the 25th. Like Christmas. Christmas in April. All right, I almost have all of these sliced in half. We're doing good. Brenda, I know you're out there. Have you or any, I don't know, I think there's a couple other views that have Genomes. Have you ever used like the 5 length stitch on your Janome as a basting stitch? Somebody was asking me about that yesterday. Yes, we don't want to see it, Sean. I was just wondering if you could get, well, a thumbs up or not. I'm sure you love it. We don't want any sneak peeks. Oh, I didn't know that Laundry Basket Quilts has laser cut kits. Back when I first started quilting, like a million years ago, I feel like I started with one of her quilt patterns. Not really a million years ago, but like 10 years ago. So you've used that as a basting stitch? I have to get back to her. I just looked and I did see that it has a 5 on it. Katie, the Greenland quilter, was asking me yesterday, and I was like, I don't know. I've never tried to go up to 5 before. I have several quilts going at the same time and keep telling myself to finish them first and then proceed to the next. That's why I'm doing this one, because I'm like, I want to finish at least one. I just didn't know it was going to take me like 3 months to finish it because I work on it a half an hour or an hour at a time on a live. Oh, Sean likes the design on paper, but yet to assemble. That's good though. Oh, I had for this Janome, I haven't played, I had the HP plate and foot on. Oh my God, this fabric's so linty. I'm gonna have to get that little vacuum out that I bought. And the biggest I saw was a 5. I think I am going to try to use that basting stitch, the 5, when I do my next Sculliver block. When I put all the big pieces together, I'm going to start with a 5, make sure I like the alignment, and then go back through and sew it again with a smaller stitch length because, ugh. Lisa uses a 5 when she bastes. She's based something. It's all right. I'm sure you're tired from all of your exercise, Lisa. I can't sew and watch at the same time. Yeah, it takes some coordination. Hi, Judy. Oh no, were you having machine problems, Chloe? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look for a 5 on my machine. Maybe if I use a different foot or a plate, I can get to 5. Zaza has a 9mm stitch width, so some of the stitches are longer. Oh, okay. If it's a block 3 or 4, it's okay for basting. I only messed with the length, not the width. So I'll have to find her out there and tell her. She asked if this specific machine went up to 5, and I was like, I have one, but I do not know if it goes up to 5. Trying to think of what else has been going on. I have set a movie date with my son. We're going to go see Minecraft on Saturday. He's super excited. I also like playing video games, and I have played a little Minecraft, so I'm excited. It's just going to be one-on-one. And then I think my husband's going to take my daughter out to do something, and then we might all meet up for lunch after the movie. We're going to do like a 10:30 matinee on Saturday. Super excited. Oh, Dawn says, I listen to a lot of history buffs on YouTube. I listen to a lot of history buffs on YouTube. He's funny and reviews movies for historical accuracy. I have it in line of view, but I'm not missing anything if I can't see it. Oh, that's cool. It's nice to have like something you can watch without like, right, if you miss a little bit, it's no big deal. I like rewatching like The Office. Hi, Melanie. Oh, well, I'm glad it's fixed. I have to take my machine to my brother that I had before this and get it serviced so that if something ever happens with this one, I have a backup machine. And I got to get that serger service that I got off Marketplace. Melanie says, my kiddo saw it on Saturday and he loved it. Oh, I'm so excited. There was, I saw this little preview with this nod to, it was a YouTuber. His name was Technoblade. And he had millions and millions of subscribers. He was a Minecraft YouTuber, and unfortunately, he got he was a teenager, I would say, late teen, and unfortunately, he got cancer and passed away. And they have a little nod to him in the movie, and I saw it in a preview, and I like teared up. And my son was like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "I don't even know how to explain to you." But it looks really cute, so I'm excited to see it. And I think my son is like super into like chicken wings. Like he's 7 and all of a sudden he's like, I love spicy food. I love chicken wings. So I think we're gonna take him from the Minecraft movie over to Buffalo Wild Wings, or I'm gonna let him like go wild. So he's probably gonna have the time of his life on Saturday. And it's the first day of their like spring break. My 1-year-old wants me to see Minecraft with her. I said I would if we do Dogman as well. I don't know what Dogman is. My 19-year-old. I don't know if I said that right. I read it right. Martha's here. Oh, Martha, because I'm early. You're still stuck at work. And all bosses have left me alone this afternoon. I've worked in my swim room every day this year thanks to your inspiration. That is so cool, Martha. Good for you. I need to get back into that because my day job has been day jobbing too hard. And by the time I'm done, and I just sit upstairs and doom scroll. I have no excuse. I would feel so much better if I did something. I don't know if you guys saw I think I made a video a couple weeks ago. I don't even know now. But anyway, I was talking about like some of my goals or what I'm working on. And I was talking about increasing my steps because I'm going to go to Quilt Canada as long as the border hasn't imploded or something crazy. And I need to be able to walk around. So I have actually I bought this little walking pad off Amazon and that was going okay. But now it's like loud and weird, but the weather is breaking. So I have been not just rotting and scrolling. I've been sometimes walking and scrolling. But that's been going really well. I'm up to I was going up 1,000 steps a week and I'm at like 4,500 right now. I'm trying to aim for. We should do a Zoom body double operation. Yes. I've looked up body doubling YouTube videos before. They're quite popular. My husband dreamt he was in a quiz show up against an elderly lady, and the category was sewing machines, and he won the round. Hey, he's either been winning that through osmosis or just active listening, but go him. That's awesome. Go, Mr. Susan. I was going to try to say your Mackenzie. Go, Mr. Mackenzie. Well, that's why I started this YouTube channel, Susan, because my husband just was like, please, please, I can't take it. I can't take the quilt talk anymore. You're driving me nuts. I mean, he listens. He goes to quilt shows with me. He does the whole thing. Now I'm dragging the kids with me to quilt shows, though. Yeah, it's not. So I have a Fitbit that I wear and I had a baseline of 2,000 steps. And so I was like, okay, the next week I'm going to do 3,000. But actually I found when trying, 4,000 wasn't that hard for me. So I actually went from my 2,000, which was my baseline steps a day, and I did 4,000 every single day for a whole week. And then the next week I was like, okay, I'm going to bump it up to 5,000. That bump from 4,000 to 5,000 was crazy. And I did it for 3 or 4 days in a row. I can't remember now, but then I was getting calf cramps and I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I can't that was too hard. 2,000 to 4,000, no problem. 4,000 to 5,000, big problem. So, that was last week when I was trying to get 5,000. So this week I'm trying to get 4,500 a few days. So should be kind of easy because I'm going to the office. So I'll have to be I park kind of far away from the office and then I have to walk up stairs. And I mean, it's it's going to add up quicker than when I'm at home. That's for sure. So that should help too. All right, we're cutting these down. All I have left is to trim all of these to 2.5 inches. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. At least try to hit 4,000, if not 4,500. And I kind of already failed today, which is okay. I'm at 2,500. Some days it's just not going to happen, but I'm definitely working on it, a lot more than I was. And after this week, hopefully my work calms down a smidge. I shouldn't have to go in person, but it's still going to be bonkers. But then hopefully I'm going to try some like YouTube walking videos and stuff. There's a lot of nice stuff out there on the YouTubes. Hey, Mona. Mona says, hi, everyone. Your girl Lisa was getting up to some crazy stuff this evening. She said she was gonna lurk, but she spelled it like twerk. So she's always gonna be a twerker to me. So yeah, gonna be interesting. I'm gonna even try to pack my lunch tomorrow for the office, which I don't normally do. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, she's lurking now, and she said she might fall asleep, but when she wrote lurk, she spelled it TURK, and I just couldn't let it go. That's not in my nature to let things like that go. If you're going to talk about shaking your butt, I'm going to talk about it too. Yeah, Joyce, I think I try to do too much, and then, man, and then I just think, I'm 20 again, and I'm not. I mean, I'm not, ancient, but it's crazy. So I got to work my way up so I don't get discouraged. But before you know it, I'll be ready for Quilt Canada. Woohoo! And so my passport came. So I'm ready. Has anybody used this slot trimmer? It's called a Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmers. I love this thing, but I don't like using it to cut the dog ears off. So I'm going to press them and then cut the dog ears off. 2-step. Oh, look at that. Susan just said, how are you finding that trimmer? So there you go. I do like it, but when I go to put so it's hard to see because it's clear. I was trying to see if I had anything that might help. But so when there's these little slots all along, it's super easy to use. Super easy to use, like to line up. I love it. Love that part of it. The slots, okay, I'm not alone. I can see that now. Are not for me. I think it takes too much time. And then I almost just wish they were a smidge bigger, maybe, like at the opening. But for me, I have never tried the block lock. I see that Joy says she prefers that. I've only used it a little bit. Like I've trimmed a bunch of them, but I haven't finished this batch of them. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is press them all and then just sit here and snip the dog ears off. I was actually debating, do I need to cut the dog ears off? But I probably will. But that's like something mindless I can do while maybe it'll be something we do next week where I'll press them all and then we'll clip all the dog ears off and we'll be ready to sew. But for me, that's what I think I'm going to do. How, like Mona and whoever, and Melanie, I saw a few people say, Katie, how do you do the slots? Sherry, how do you do your dog ears? Do you worry about them? Do you do it like how I suggested? How do you trim your dog ears if you're not using the slot? Hi, Nanita. Hopefully I'm not butchering it. I love that name. Okay, so Susan's saying with those fabrics, it wouldn't show up. Katie says, trim the dog ears watching TV. Sherry says, like you do. Okay, so I have the right idea. But yeah, not so bad. This is like this will be perfect. I've been watching Reacher, which the last season kind of I'm not into. I have a few episodes left. Maybe just 2, but this is perfect. Like the trimming and then doing those dog ears. Love that. And I just put a TV down here not too long ago. Oops, what's going on here? Yeah, I like using scissors. Just be careful pressing your half square triangles. You will need to trim them after. I'll have to trim them again. Why? Because like it gets a little bigger after. If you really want, I turn the ruler around to trim them usually. Oh, that makes sense. My grandma gave me the nickname. Cool. I love that. My sewing room is half my living room, so I'm always watching TV or YouTube. Me too. Except for when I'm like live, because, you know, if I could be listening to music while we're live without being copyright infringed, I would be. Oh, I don't know if I stretched it. All right, I'll pay attention to that. I will. But I can tell you what, well, you should never make promises like this because you'll never stay true to them. But I don't predict another quilt with this many half square triangles in it in my future. I like, I like curvy quilts now, as we all know, but I love the colors I picked for this one, so I really wanted to finish it. And I am trying to work on a couple whips. If you were on the bias, it can warp when pressing. I might be. Mona says, twerk it. Oh, that makes me chuckle. There is, when you're using this ruler, I don't know if you can see, but there's like those gray lines. So depending on which side you're trimming to, you put the top of the gray line on your 1/4 inch, and then you put the bottom of it, like that represents a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So like I'm doing 2.5 and I line it up with the 2.5, and you just line up your sewing line with the bottom. It's really easy to know where to line it up. And I did do that test block before I went crazy trimming all of these, because I was like, oh, I better make sure this works. And I think it worked out fine. Let's see. So I had 4 of them and put them together into this little diamond. So appears to be good. Part of this is linen, so it's a little wonky anyway, like just in its nature. Katie said, I did 3 quilts that were all blue and white and half square triangles. Never again. Never this many again. Like, because I really do think that I'm doing like 200 and something. Never this many. Lisa says, she's done twerking, but needs a chiropractor now. Zaza says, I usually use my strip tube ruler as it doesn't have the slots. Haven't heard of that one. Or not that I recall hearing of it. I'm sure maybe I have. I've definitely heard of the block locks before. Yeah. I have a lot of wonkiness even in my quilting, but you know what? I embrace the wonky. I say that's how you know it's homemade. If you don't want any wonky, go get something that's made by a machine. If you want something handmade by me, it's going to be wonky. I think this year I'm going to take a bunch of my orphan blocks, because I love making blocks with no plan for what I'm going to do with them. And I think I'm going to make a bunch of those into hot pads for my family. Try to quilt out the wonky. That'll be their homemade Christmas gift. I got these scissors, I think in one of those fat quarter shop boxes. Oh yeah, it says Sweet Snips fat quarter shop. These things are, I love these scissors. Yeah. Wonky can be quilted out. I don't think my skills are there yet. Usually my quilting makes everything a little more wonky, but hopefully someday I will have the skills to hide my wonkiness with my quilting. Joy says, Wonky is my middle name. Wonkiness is my middle name. I am using it's called a Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. It comes with 2 in the pack. One for when you're trimming to 1/2 inches and one when you're trimming to full inches. And you can line up what size half square triangle you're doing with some of those gray lines. And so it does from 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. It says place dashed line of the desired cut size on seam of unpressed half square triangles and trim. So I am, like I said, I have not pressed all these out. I have not finished this quilt. This is the first quilt I'm doing, but so far I'm really liking this. I prefer this so much more than trimming a open block. Now, do the block lock rulers, do you do them like unpressed or pressed? Ooh, my quilting is wonky too, and my quilts are wonkier when done. I just bought an embroidery machine to quilt in the hoop. I know, I don't need anything else, and I am not buying anything else, especially because I just got a quote to fix my roof. It made me sick to my stomach, like $16,000. We had a tornado warning here in New York a few weeks ago, which we don't really get that often. I mean, it's not uncommon, but it's not common. Man, I thought we had a good chance of getting one. The wind was unlike anything I've ever seen, and a corner of our roof kind of blew up. It was nice. It was not nice, I mean. So now we have to get our roof. The whole back of our roof is missing shingles in different parts. Like, it was a 20-year-old roof, so it was bound to happen. Lisa says, good night, all. I tried to hang. Thanks for hanging. And Mondays drain my brain. Yes, they do. They drain mine too. So I hope your Tuesday is a good one. Lisa, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for twerking with me. Pressed to one side. Okay. So you would press them all and then trim them with the block lock. I know at first I wasn't sure if did Lisa used to go live at this time? I meant to ask her, and of course now that she's gone, I think of it. Because I was looking at Sean's spreadsheet and he had her listed, and I was like, ooh, but then I went to her channel and I couldn't find the last time she had gone live on a Monday. Oh, got a case of the Mondays, Mona? Well, thanks for coming. I know I told my husband, this is going to be great. I'm going to be upstairs by 9 tonight. Man, I wish you could see this. This is, it's way too, I must have a 1/16 of a inch of a seam allowance on this one. Oof. Good enough. I don't know how I'm going to trim that one successfully. That's a little tight. So yeah, getting the roof replaced will have to come before my embroidery machine. But man, those embroidery machines are tempting, and all the quilting you can get done on them, that would be super fun. Oh, I have to go to my uncle's to spend the night. Oh, well, good luck. I hope that goes okay. Does anybody out there have a steel roof? My dad was trying to talk me into looking into a steel roof, but I feel like it would just sound like a tin can when it's raining. Yes, be safe, Mona. So I'm not so sure I want to live under a steel roof. Mine's secondhand Olden was only 3,000, so only 2,000 US. Oh, yeah, I stock Marketplace all the time looking for a good deal. I don't know. I'm assuming everybody's got Facebook Marketplace, but or every country. But I haven't seen anything that I need to have or would want to pull the trigger on. What kind of machine did you get? Once upon a time, we had a metal roof. Rain on a metal roof is the best sleep ever. I have no doubt. I actually I have an 8-hour video of rain, and it kind of sounds like it's on a metal roof. And my dad, when we used to go to my dad's camp, it would be like that. Very noisy and blocks cell phone service. Interesting. How on that is a bit intense. Oh, Krista says I don't have one, but I know that they do put a level of insulation down. I still feel like I might price it out just to see the difference. But this roof was 20 years old. If we get another one and it'll last another 20 years, that puts me to 60. Could replace it then. And then the next one that I have to get replaced is somebody else's problem. Because at 80, if I'm still here, I don't expect I'm going to really give a crap about my roof. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's how they would do it. All right, Judy's saying the same thing. So I have a feeling that's probably the case. Because I can't imagine people would love them. I actually, now that we're talking about this out loud, I think I have a friend that has one. I should text her and see what she thinks. I sewed with a brother forever. I love brothers. They got a little special warm place in my heart. So many triangles. Yes, so we did, Judy, we did reach out to our insurance. We got 2 quotes. I just don't know if, like, because the roof's old, will they give us any money, or they're just going to be like, oh, it's wear and tear. But, we had the insurance adjuster was here on Friday. So we've gotten 2 quotes. The insurance adjuster came on Friday, and I guess we're just waiting to hear back. I have a $2,500 deductible. So they'd have to offer us, if they offer us $3,000 and they take $2,500, I don't think I'm going to go through with the claim. I don't know how that works. So I don't want my insurance prices to go up for $500. But my husband seems to think that they might pay for at least the back half of the roof. He's a very optimistic person, so we'll see. Yes, my dad too always loved the rain. It's so funny, when I was a kid, we kind of had this, like, we had a metal, oh my God, it's funny how you don't think about this stuff until like these situations. So what it was is our garage had a metal roof. And so every time it would rain and thunder, we had like a porch that had a roof on it and a railing, so you could kind of sit out there and listen to the rain. And as I became like a teen and 13 years old or so, every time there would be a storm, I loved listening to the lightning, and I would like wake up because I'd hear the storm, or I want to hear the rain on the roof, and I'd like come downstairs and sit on the porch. My dad would be there. We'd like always meet each other on the porch in the middle of the night. Yeah, I'm coming over to test your roof noise. Oh, okay. Susan says steel roofs are very common here in Australia. The noise is not crazy. Linda, I freaking am still cutting these half square triangles. Half square triangles for life, but I'm down to this many, so we're getting somewhere. Like, this is how many I have left to go. So it's like, I think I'm halfway through. Yeah, I love listening to rain, thunder, lightning. I try to get my kids to enjoy it. That's the only thing. I love my house. I love it. We bought this back in 2019. Yeah, because I found out I was pregnant the day we closed on this house, or the day after. It was wild. It was so amazing. And I love it. Other than the fact it's on a well and a septic, which I'm not thrilled with our well water. I don't mind the septic so much. I grew up on a septic, but in a well. But my well water where I grew up was so much better. And we don't have a porch that has like a roof on it, so I can't like sit outside and enjoy the rain in the summer. So that is going to be on the husband's to-do list here at some point to find a way to make that happen for me. Judy says I had roof damage about 5 years ago. Insurance paid for half the roof, and we negotiated with the roofers to do the whole roof and pay the difference. Worked out great because of the insurance. Okay, that's quite literally what my husband's rooting for. I'm not going to tell him you said that because I've been telling him this whole time that he's a dreamer, but I love the fact that he could be right. It always irritates me because he ends up being right. Although I would love him to be right in this case. Yeah, that's a good idea because insurance company couldn't come back and say it's too old. I like it. Thank you all. You kept me company through the IKEA bags of towels I had to fold. I work at a laundry. I was going to ask you because you said, oh, I'm going to be folding towels at work. And I was like, okay, what could she be doing for work? Because if you think about it, I did think about you today. Because I was like, she could be working like at a hotel, a hospital, a salon. I'm like, there are so many places that need towels, but you're working for a laundry company that washes somebody else's towels, maybe. I feel like a part-time gig folding towels is, well, if it's mainly towels that you're doing, towels are the best part of folding laundry. I could get into that. Headphones on, folding. Oh, a B&B. I never even had B&B in there, but I had hotel. That's like half credit. That's awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out while you're folding your towels and listening to me blab. Yeah, so Judy, oh my God, it's like the same thing. Our house was built in 2000, and obviously I think that this roof is original, so ours is 25 years old as well. So I knew the roof was coming. I just, right now isn't the greatest time for that. Chloe says, I have to fold my own towels. Not as much fun when they're your own and you're not getting paid to fold them. King size duvets should be a crime. Yes, they should. Ew. We only have a queen size bed, but I have been thinking a king would be nice because I'm trying to get the husband to let the dog sleep in bed. First, his rule was no dogs in bed. Now, Sophie's allowed in bed with me after he gets up and leaves for work because my husband gets up and leaves for work a lot earlier. He's gone for work before I even get out of bed. But I'm like, maybe someday if we had a king bed, I could get him to let Sophie sleep in there overnight. Hi, Nancy. The next customer is 80 pounds of household laundry. Good news. That is next shift. Oh my God. So do you do this every day, a few days a week? Oh, they have a king size on our queen bed. Oh. Do you mean duvet? Or is that a word I don't know? I don't even know. I should know who our insurance company is, but my husband, when I met him, was using like an insurance broker. All I can say about this insurance company, though, is we had a dishwasher leak maybe 4 years ago. And it ruined the hardwood floors in our kitchen. And they basically just wrote us a check. Like they did the math, we got some quotes or whatever. They took out our deductible, and then they wrote us a check. And with that check, we were able to pay for all new, like we shopped around and got a sale, because obviously once they take the deductible out, you're out like $2,500. But we were able to buy all new hardwoods for the check. I think they gave us like $7,000 or something. It was awesome. So so they've been good to us too. 4 nights a week, day job is computer stuff. You're a busy lady. So what do I say that? We have a king size Duna. Am I saying it right? Duna. Aussieisms. I like it. Same function as a duvet. Not sure if they're actually the same. Zaza would know. I haven't seen Zaza in the chat a little bit. Maybe she dozed off. I know it's like very early in the morning for her. So I hope she's getting some Z's. I got it. Okay, a Duna. How funny. I like it. I do worry. I'm probably not cutting this like the way you should, where I go like up and down. I never cut towards myself. So I'm getting crazy. And I'm like but so far, I mean, I've cut a lot of these while chatting and my hand placement's been solid. So listen, I'm trimming all of these and I have all these little bits left. And I'm probably going to throw them in the trash. But do any of you so scrap crazy you would keep these? And if so, what would you do with them? I believe mine are going to go right in my trash bag over there. I do have a rotating mat, Sherry, but I bought it. This is a rotating mat. That's funny. I am using a rotating mat, but I am not rotating it. But it always comes off the little thingy. And somebody on one of my videos said something about gluing it or something. Or maybe it was on Sean's Vit Live one time. So I've been meaning to try to fix that. Because I'm not buying another one. How's the new iron? My little Panasonic cordless. Much better. Auto turn off. Nice handle. Big fan. Oh, bye, Dawn. Thanks for coming. Happy Monday. Her boss is here. She's got to go. Yeah, I'm going to toss them, I think. I've heard of some people filling clear Christmas baubles with thread cuts. Oh, that's kind of neat. Little scrappy Christmas. I feel like, did I trimming those wrong? No. Okay. That's a neat idea. I feel bad. I try not to throw anything away. Like, I try not to be wasteful, but like some of this stuff, oof. See y'all next. See y'all later. He's okay with me being on the phone, but he's needy. You know what? I'm needy too when I'm at work and I'm the boss. My poor people that work under me. I don't really like saying I'm the boss. That makes me feel weird. I always just say we're on the team. But man, I am definitely like slowing down with the technology. Like I used to be so good at all the technology and stuff. And now I'll have to IM them and be like, I swear I am smart, but I cannot figure this out. Help me. So I'm pretty needy. Ooh, I'll send a picture of the scrap bag I made with their tiny scraps. Yes. Thank you. Oh, it's 9:00. Dang it. I didn't get through all these. I probably have another whole live session where we can trim these. I guess this is going to be a series. I was going to try to stay on until I finish, but no chance. Hi, Tommy. We are wrapping up. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with me on this Monday night. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream on Thursday, but I'll put a thing on my community post either way. This was nice. Kept me company, got through quite a bit of trimming. So stay tuned for another trim and chat sesh here in the near future. I hope you guys find some time for yourself. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Good night, Martha. Good night, Judy. Good night, everybody.